Hello everyone, this is Devi, and I'm going to cast a match from Barbarian Warlord tournament. I'm not participating in this tournament because I'm not really a big fan of 8 melee 14 infantry rule set, but I'm just curious what's going on there. So I'm going to cast this match between Bobby and Ulda. I believe this is a round 2. So there was a group stage, then there was a round 1, and now it's round 2. So rule set is 14.8.4, I believe. But there is exception for Galatia. Galatia can bring 6 Galatian legionnaires, which Bobby does actually. Okay, let's go through the army. Bobby army and then Ulda's army. Okay, Bobby brought 3 Levi Freeman, 4 Celtic Slingers, then we see 4 Galatian Legionnaires, then we see 2 Cappadocians plus Galatian Spear. And on the flanks we see Galatian Swords plus Galatian Nobleman, Elite Spear, and the same situation on right flank. What I can say about army, that's puzzling for me. Why Bobby keeps bringing 4 slingers almost all the time and brings only 2 cavalry or skirmishing cavalry for Tylis, for example. I don't understand how he's going to use all those 4 slingers because he doesn't have cavalry to protect them. So I think this is a mistake that Bobby almost always does. So there is no way these slingers can be kept for late game kiting with this amount of cavalry. Okay, anyways, let's go through the Ulda's army. Ulda brought Iceni for this battle, and we see Warhammer-like army deployment, everything closer together. I guess Ulda is going to cast some spell. Let's see what unit he brought. We see 4 Levi Freemen. Then we see Heroic Nobles, painted ones, Heroic Nobles, painted ones, Chosen Sword Band. Interesting. So 5 swords. I guess we don't see a whole army because I see another painted. There should be some other unit here, I believe. We see Briton Slingers. We see 3 Veteran Riders, which is heavy cavalry, and we see Chariot. Okay, let armies approach each other so that we can see a full army of Ulda. Yeah, another painted one, another Briton Slinger. So, so how many elite swords did Ulda bring? So 2 heroic nobles. So I guess 2 elite swords and 4 painted ones and 1 meteor sword. Oh, here's another elite one. So 3 elites. General is elite sword. Oh, it's hard to say who has advantage, but infantry-wise, I think, yeah, 3 elites plus painted ones will destroy the Legionnaires. But the thing is that usually Galatia will have advantage in cavalry department, so it can really, it will just kite Iceni. But as I already mentioned, Bobby didn't bring enough cavalry, only 2 Cappadocians, no Javcav, no Noblecav, so he won't be able to kite with this amount of cavalry. And we see strange maneuvering. Bobby needs to fall back a little bit to let this part of the army catch up with the rest. Well, probably no need because Ulda is not trying to engage first. He's just slowly moving towards Bobby's army. Bobby is focusing patent ones. That's absolutely right. And this chariot is not gonna work well against Galatian legionnaires because they're very heavy, so it's non-factor. Well, it's usual. Ulda is trying to rush. But Bobby nicely intercepts those. But I wouldn't actually even intercept those cavalry. It's gonna die on precursors, and it's not gonna even kill Levi Freeman. So it's Russian rush. That's another reason I hate this rule set. You will rarely see kiting in 14.8 rule set. Charge of Chosen Swordsman intercepted. No, not intercepted. So I guess Chosen Swordsman is going to destroy Galatian swords. But then we see Galatian Legionnaires moving towards the engagement. And here is a flanking maneuver by Ulda. I think Bobby should have, let me pause it for a bit. Bobby should have noticed that there are 4 units, strong units that far away, and he should just have fall back his army, moved back, and create some defense in position, some defense here. And in this case, by the time these 4 units engage, Bobby would be able to destroy this part of the Ulda's army. But Bobby didn't notice this, and this is kind of tactical mistake, so he might pay for this. Here, as we can see, Slingers got charged by heavy cavalry, as I mentioned, and there is no charge by Cappadocians. Here, not really best play with painted ones. They're not cycle charging. Here, I don't know what Bobby is doing. Oh, he's trying to chase with a chariot. Yeah, he intercepted chariot charge. Nicely done. So chariots didn't do any damage and already lost a third of the unit. Really nicely done by Bobby. So he didn't let chariots to do anything. And as I said, there is a really nice flanking maneuver by Ulda. Bobby didn't see it, and his general is going to be destroyed. And this annoying Levi Freeman is going to chase away Slingers. If not for that, Bobby would have won this battle already, because Chariot was nicely countered, and now Cappadocians is going to destroy Briton Slingers. And here we see a rear charge by Legionnaires against Chosen Swordsman. Yeah, remember I mentioned that there is no way Bobby will be able to protect all his slingers, and he cannot, even against weak Iceni cavalry. He just doesn't have enough cavalry to protect them, so all Bobby slingers are dead. So there won't be any late game kiting. And while Cappadocians is actually cannot even destroy Briton slingers. And nice rear charges. Yeah, lack of cavalry actually what kills Bobby here. Lack cavalry and fatal mistake on this flank. These 2 units basically destroying everything now. They're going to destroy this spear. I'm not sure why balance of power is in Galatia advantage still, because I think it's actually a battle going Iceni way, in Iceni favor. Iceni still have Briton slingers, so they can kite. And they have elite swords. 1, 2, yeah, I think all elite swords are still alive. Yeah, 3 elite swords. By the way, if seems like Ulda overloaded this part of his army, so he actually deployed all 3 heroic nobles on this flank. That's why I was saying Bobby should have moved back with this part of the army and engage here and destroy Iceni army here. But instead, it was kinda engagement everywhere, and Iceni benefited from those elite swords and from this flanking maneuver by painted ones. Now they are going to destroy Legionnaires. How many kills they already got? 70 kills. And yeah, almost full units of Legionnaires is routing. It's GG. So what we see here, let's take a look at Galatia. General got completely destroyed, only 25 kills. He didn't get a charge and got charged by elite swords and painted ones, so not a surprise it got destroyed so quick. Cappadocians, one unit played well and one unit crap bad. Slingers, as I predicted, didn't do anything. Two of them did some damage, but definitely not nearly enough. Galatian Legionnaires, only, well, I would say two played well, and four of them actually did not. But as we can see, four units was almost at full strength. But the thing is, they will rout when general dies because there is no other elite units in Galatian army. So some people say that Galatia is strange, that legionnaires are routing too early. They're not any different than any other mid-tier sword. The only but the problem with Galatia is that usually it doesn't have any elite units, elite swords, which would boost morale. And so without morale boosting units, those mid-tier swords rout quick if general dies, and that was the case in this battle. As soon as general died, we saw how we saw basically this chain route, one Galatian legionnaires after another routed from the battlefield. Even though there was four full units, it's actually huge power. But the morale issue, because of lack of morale boosting units and general death, played its role. What else? This Galatian Noblesman actually played well, 157 kills. Galatian Spear curved bad. Both Galatian swords was completely annihilated. And Levi Freeman, what can we say about Levi Freeman? They're just, if they kill something, it's just bonus. Iceni, those three elite swords, one of them made 203 kills, and both two units are still alive. Meteor sword, 85 kills, kinda not the best performance. Really good performance by painted ones, at least by two of them, and that flanking maneuver which actually decided the battle. Really good play by veteran riders, even though Iceni cavalry is weaker, somehow Ulda got more kills on his veteran riders than Bobby got on Cappadocians. But Ulda played really bad with Chariot. Chariot completely failed, just complete fail with Chariot. But Breton Slingers did really well, and units still alive. And if those, for some reason, if those heroic nobles failed, Ulda would be able to kite late game. It's kind of opposite what usually happens, because usually Galatia is supposed to do late game kiting. But that was, I believe, that was mistaken army composition by Bobby. Okay, let's move on to the next battle. Next battle number 2. Ulda takes Arverni and Bobby counters him with Boy. Well, Boy, stronger faction. Just copy paste of Arverni with OP mid-tier swords. So there is no question about that it's a stronger faction. So let's see what army composition we see for Bobby. For Levi Freeman, 4 sword followers expected, 2 Oathsworn and 2 Naked Warriors. 2 spear warriors, 3 slingers, and 3 heavy horses. I think this is an ideal boy army composition under this rule set. For same, Max kind of hurt Boy because they cannot spam 6 sword followers, but Bobby compensates for this by bringing naked warriors, and those nakeds are going to be protected by heavy horses. So I think this is a meta for Boy. Perfect army. Okay, let's see what Ulda brought. And Ulda brought, well, again, we don't see most of the part of his army, but we see Warhammer-like army deployment again. Again, some spell is gonna be cast. Well, I don't know why players deploy in the corner, then they move forward. It's kind of pointless. And if they think they will be able to overload one flank by doing this, well, any sane player will just rotate his army this way, and it will completely eliminate all this advantage. So it's kind of pointless. So Ulda is not facing some noob in this battle, so this was kind of absolutely pointless. This asymmetrical army deployment. Okay, let's see this Warhammer blob. 4 Levi Freeman, 4 Celtic Slingers. As for infantry, Oathsworn, 1 Oathsworn, 3 Oathsworns, 4 Naked Warriors, 1 Celtic Warrior, and 4 Heavy Horses. Okay, interesting army composition, but I think, yeah, I would bring about the same build because Arverni Meteor Swords are far, far worse than Sword Followers, so there's no reason to bring Chosen Swordsmen for Arverni. So Arverni need to rely on Naked Warriors. If Arverni can play well with Naked Warriors, they can win this battle. Basically, this is the only hope. They should engage with Oathsworn and then start to do cycle charges with Naked Warriors and support all this with Heavy Horses. So they have a slight advantage, one advantage in cavalry department, one unit advantage. So that's the hope for Arverni. That's their game plan, and I agree with that. Let's see how it's gonna work. Okay, they, I guess, screaming at each other, shouting something, and waiting. Okay, this is gonna be again a really boring frontal charge, and I guess Ulda is going to waste his heavy horses. But Bobby got caught off guard actually. He got caught moving. That's why heavy horses can escape without. Actually, no, they got a lot of damage. Yeah, half unit of in each heavy horses is dead. That's kinda. I mean, those and it worked actually better than it should have because Bobby got caught moving, so his slingers wasn't shooting. But usually in against top players like Wolf of Ichkeria, it's not gonna work. You're gonna be absolutely demolished if you do this. So it's pretty. I mean, it's not really good play this frontal charge. It's not vanilla Attila where you can win a battle with a frontal charge. And now Ulda is sending his naked warriors, his main hope, but the charge got intercepted by heavy horses. This is way better use of heavy horses than what Ulda did. Here we see a flanking maneuver by heavy horses. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I guess he's going to destroy these naked warriors of Boyai by this charge. Yeah, this is way better. Again, use of heavy horses than frontal charge. But here we see how sword followers destroying everything around them. In this case, heavy horses of Arverni got caught by heavy horses of Boyai. A really fast-paced battle, rush against rush. Again, it's kind of boring. Most of the battles are such frontal rushes. So I don't even know what to comment here. I just only see that Bobby is playing way better with his naked warriors than Ulda does. So because Bobby keeps cycle charging, and Ulda just engaged his naked warriors, and they're going to die. This is not how you use your naked warriors. But battle is pretty even at this point because of this miss. I mean, even though it was a bad decision to do frontal charge, it worked kind of well against Bobby because Bobby got caught moving. So, but I think eventually, because of better play by Naked Warriors, Boy are going to prevail. And all these slingers, I believe they won't get much kills. No, actually, it's Celtic Bomb, and that's why it got 44 kills already. It does damage way quicker than slingers. I don't know what ability I've been casted by Bobby. I believe it's some, yeah, Unity of Tribes. Oh, who is cast? Oh, Arverni actually casting these abilities. And Arverni wasted all their heavy cav, while Boy still have their heavy cavalry, and they are going to kill those slingers. Yeah, even though Arverni had less cavalry, Boy wasted too many cav units in the beginning on this frontal charge, and now they cannot even catch these slingers. So even if Boy didn't win infantry fight, they would be able to kite with those slingers. But it's pretty decisive victory by Boy, as we see. Infantry-wise, they just both they outpowered, and Bobby played better with his infantry. And this Awthorn is going to be kited. Yeah, slowly dying. Okay, I guess second speed. Yeah, pretty decisive victory by Boy. Let's see. Yeah, compare the performance of these Naked Warriors by Boy, 171 kills, and these guys, none of them got more than 100 kills. Actually, one got, but also we saw that they were engaged against spears, while this one was used only against Arverni swords. These Naked Warriors got actually charged by heavy cavalry, so it died. It was really well played by Ulda. Let's look at other units. Awthorns, both 120 plus kills, and both units at almost full strength. And Sword Followers did excellent. What about Spear Warriors? Oh, those are MVPs of the game. They both got Chevron and 186, 158 kills. Very unexpected from them. I don't know what they were killing, but they definitely were MVP of this game. Really well played by Bobby with his heavy horses. Really nice kills. Celtic Bowman, one got a really nice 53 kills, and two others didn't get many kills. As for Verni, we see that Oathorns didn't do well except General. Celtic Warrior got trashed. One Naked Warrior played well, and three others scrubbed bad. Celtic Slingers, well, they actually had nice kills. I don't know what they killed, but they actually killed quite a lot. It's interesting. I didn't notice what they were focusing. Heavy horses, two units did really well. One unit is completely crap beta, I guess, and it died in that frontal YOLO. And another unit did a cache, and Leo Freeman got some kills. Okay, that was the battle. It's 1-1. Let's move on. Next battle is Lusitani versus Boy. Well, even though Lusitani are good under this rule set because of 5 same exception for them, they not on Boy eye level. But let's see. I would say it's kind of suicide faction pick against Boy, but let's see what Lusitani can do. 5 veteran shield warriors, 5 Skuteri Cav, 3 noble Lusitani nobles, and 4 slingers. Yeah, Bobby tried to use this build against me, but I don't think it's a good idea to go without spears. But let's see how Ulda is going to counter this Cav YOLO, because Bobby is going to do Cav YOLO with his Skutari Cav. As for Boy, we see two Levi Freemen, four sword followers, four slingers, ex-warriors, two Oathsworns, four heavy horses. Well, Caviola is not gonna work. I already see that only one cavalry unit advantage, but if Lusitania lose this cavalry in frontal, they will be kited by four slingers and four horses. So Caviola is not a good idea. But Lusitania kinda have no choice. They have to do Caviola because they have no mid shield. That's pretty much their only tactic for this battle. And Boy will see it all the way through because I mean I'm sure Ulda noticed that there are no spears and he just needs to prepare. He just needs to make deeper formation with his Lega Freeman so that they don't die under cav charge immediately. And just if Boy do not get caught off guard while moving, this YOLO will fail. And even if Yola doesn't fail, Lusitania will still lose a lot of cavalry and we will be kited in late game kite if Ulda keeps his four slingers and he has all tools to keep four slingers because these four heavy cavalry, four heavy horses can protect those slingers. I don't know, again, this strange movement by Ulda. I guess it's some Warhammer maneuver. Actually, he's too close to red line. If I was Bob, I would have complained because he's protecting his flank with red line. I kind of hate when people are doing this. Well, it's actually against rules. There should be 1.5 bow bowman range distance from the red line. Not the case now, but I don't think it's gonna play much role because in all these battles it's usually frontal rush against frontal rush most of the time. And we see this Caviola. And Ulda is being caught off guard. Moving. Wow, he got caught. That's really... Ulda had all time to prepare, but he got completely caught. Well, here Bobby makes mistakes. Actually, no. Yeah, he makes mistake. He moved in swords too early. He should have kept his cavalry for a little bit longer there to get a free charge for his swords. Instead, his swordman didn't get charged and it got charged by sword follower. But still, gain charge. Bobby needs to start moving in his nobles. Yeah, the problem with frontal Yola by Bobby, he kept his nobles way too far. He should have kept them close to be able to cycle charge. Here we see two Skutari Kaf on one sword follower because of lack of sword support. Again, this Lusitanian nobles should have been sent into engagement. So in general, good YOLO in the beginning, but because of the kind of miscoordination between infantry and cavalry, Lusitania going to lose this one. And Lusitania already lost almost all cavalry. That's the problem with frontal Yola. Even if it was successful, as I said, they would be kited by these slingers and these heavy horses. And yeah, nice rear charge by Ulda against veteran shield warriors. That's how actually I like when people do rear charges instead of those retarded frontal Yolas. That's how cavalry actually was used actually in real life back then. And yeah, slowly, Boy starts to prevail. yeah, this heavy horse is going to destroy all slingers, and then these 4 slingers will shoot everything to death, if anything left from Lusitania. Yeah, I guess the main problem was with this frontal yellow was miscoordination between cavalry and noble swords. Let's use second speed. I guess there is nothing to see here. Yeah, all elite swords of Lusitania are still alive, but the problem is that there is no support. Even if they kill everything around them, they will be kited. Ulda just having fun and use diamond formation against slingers. I don't know what he. I guess he was tasting something. Yeah, and the veteran shield warriors are dying from rear charges by heavy horses, and there will be another rear charge, I guess. Oh no, he just charged slingers. Yeah, as I said, no way Lusitania wins this one. So let's take a look at the kills. No chevrons on Skutarica because they charge Levi Freeman mostly. So even though Cav charge by itself was executed perfectly at the right time, again it didn't bring much benefits, uh, and all cavalry was mostly wasted there. Lusitania nobles, well, two of them kinda got the kills, but still not enough. And veteran shield warriors, two of them did well, but two of them completely crap bad. Iberian slingers didn't have time to shoot. And let's take a look at Boy. Both of us are still alive. Sword followers, 3 out of 4 played well. Ex-warriors, they kinda crowd bad, but they always do. Heavy horses, 1 played excellent, and 3, 2 okayish, but 2 kinda crowd bad. Celtic Slingers played well, and all of them still alive. Well, and Levi Freeman, despite got charged by Skutari, but Skutari is just a medium cavalry, so those Levi Freeman got some kills against cavalry, which is always nice. Okay, it's 2-1. Ulda, let's see another battle. Another battle is Arverni versus Odrishan Kingdom. Bobby brings Arverni, and Ulda brings Odrishans. Well, in 6 million, 5 million rule set, Odrishans are really OP faction. One of the strongest, probably maybe even the strongest one, in my opinion. But the more melee you have, the more difficult for Odricians to kill all that mid-tier spam with their 4 Thracian nobles. So in 8 melee rule set, Odricians are not that strong. They're kinda mid-tier barbarian faction. And let's see how Ulda is going to play with them. Let's start with Arverni. So Arverni brought 3 Levi Freemen, 4 two Celtic Slingers, 4 Chosen Swordmen. Then we have 2 Celtics, 2 Oathsworns, and 2 Gallic Hunters. Those are archers, and 4 heavy horses, and 1 spear warrior. I completely agree about number of skirmishers. Those skirmishers are required to shoot Thracian nobles. Those shock infantry, fierce projectiles. But why Bobby brought 4 heavy horses? Horses are not really effective against Odricians. They don't really usually have. They usually do not have targets because Thracian nobles will die them in seconds. So there was no need to bring 4 heavy horses, 2 or maybe 3 at most, but I'd say 2 is enough in this rule set. Okay, let's see what Odricians brought for this battle. 4 spears, 2 mercenary hoplites, then we see 2 Thracian, actually, yeah, two Thracian warriors and two Falksmen. Plus, I believe, four Thracian nobles, there should be one more here, and four melee cavalry, Thracian horsemen, plus one Javkav. As for skirmishers, one Thracian slinger, probably there is another one here. Okay, let army approach each other and see how it develops on battlefield. Yeah, for Adricians to win, they need to play their Thracian nobles perfectly, while Bobby needs to protect his skirmishers with his cav and just shoot those Thracians. They also think about this rule set, like unlike my rule sets where Javs are off on most of the spears except most expensive ones. Javs are on for even for Levi Freeman, so you can Freeman as a kiting tool, not a kiting tool, but you can save them and basically move them back, engage your swords, because anyways those hoplites will win those Levi Freeman, let nobles charge your swords, but then use a Levi Freeman as a basically like a peltast, let them fire their jaffs at those nobles, and it will damage them too. While in my rule sets it's not possible. That's why Adricians are so OP in my rule sets. Okay, let's see what this Javkaf is doing. It's annoying from behind. Well, I don't know why Bobby does this strange frontal charge with the cavalry, which does nothing. Yeah, did it do any damage? Well, it did some, but against bombs, against spears. Those spears would die against Levi Freeman anyways. So, strange choice. But we can just send one heavy horse to chase away this Thracian cavalry. Just send them to chase this Thracian cavalry and forget about it. Here, heavy horse is going to destroy this Thracian horseman. Frontal engagement, hoplites already engaged. And now we see that Ulda sends his Thracian nobles, and they immediately got focused by Gallic hunters, also Celtic slingers. I guess the same case, yeah. About this Thracian noble, they will be just shoot by skirmishers, and yeah, that's the right move by Ulda. He sent his Thracian cavalry, his Javkav, against skirmishers, and that was mistake by Bobby. As I said, Bobby should have just sent one heavy horses to chase away this skirmish cavalry to the raid line. This would prevent this rear charge, because all Arverni needed to do is to keep his their skirmisher alive and let them fire. But Bobby kind of failed at this. Again, we see a Thracian horseman attacks Celtic slingers. Um, so let's see what's going on here. It's kind of hard to comment all this infantry spam. Here, Adricians actually was able to destroy part of the main line, and now they charge to the flank of Oathorns, and they're going to cycle charge with General. Yeah, when you play against Adricians, all you needed to do is to protect your skirmishers and let them fire at nobles, but we see that Gallic hunters are gone, Celtic slingers are gone. That might not end well for Arverni, even in this rule set, because again, this Javkav just prevented a skirmisher from firing, and now those nobles are cycle charging. This lone skirmisher Thracian Slinger makes more damage than 4 of Arverni skirmishers at this time. Here we see not a good charge by Thracian nobles, so they're going to die to Oathorns. And but I think Adricians are going to die here because they don't have a support unit, so they cannot cycle charge. And in this long, prolonged engagement, all nobles will eventually die. They need to cycle charge to win. Yeah, that's what Ulda pulled out his nobles, but Bobby actually chased them with all sorts. So those nobles are dead. Yeah, without cycle charges, it's extremely difficult for Adricians to do anything. They got nice charge with Thracian nobles, and they'll probably destroy also. No, they're not going to destroy also. Too many men left. And finally, Bobby got to this Thracian slinger. Bobby needs to intercept this cavalry with his heavy horses. He does so. Yeah, and slowly Arvernia winning this battle. So there are some nobles still left. And if nobles, even if there is one noble is left for Adricians, it might change the battle outcome. Their charges are so devastating, but probably not in this one. If actually those hoplites was closer to this engagement, and if Ulda was able to cycle charge, Adricians would have had chance. But those hoplites was still too far from the engagement, so these nobles didn't cycle charge, and it's probably GG, especially with these two skirmishers firing at nobles. But it shouldn't have been that close, I believe, if Bobby protected his skirmishers and if they fired at nobles earlier, this battle would be done by now. And last hoplite is trying to survive against Oathorn, but to no avail. Okay, what Arverni showed. Good kills on General. This Oathorn didn't do as well. Interesting that Chosen Swordman did kinda well. Usually they don't do as well. Celtic Warrior, a really nice skill. 2 chevrons, 145 kills. Another Celtic Warrior, Craftbat. Gallic Hunters, 63 and 64 kills. They managed to kill a lot actually, despite those rear charges. But if not for those rear charges, they would have killed for about 100 or 100 plus. That's what they should show against low armored Adricians. Celtic Slingers one got 0 kills, and us got only 35, so didn't do that well. Levi Freeman, nice kills, 51, really nice. And Heavy Horses got really nice kills, but the thing is, those kills was late game kills. They didn't do their job in the early and mid battle because they were supposed to actually protect skirmishers. As for Adrician Kingdoms, 3 out of 4 Thracian nobles got their kills. One of them 273, 4 chevrons, awesome performance. One noble got kited in early game, so only 89 kills. Really nice kills on Thracian Warrior, double chevron, another Thracian noble actually crap bad. Falksman, well, 69 kills is really good for Falksman unit, 49 is not as good. Mercenary Hoplite got their kills, well, those bumps should be ignored. Thracian Slinger, 31 kills on single unit, it's interesting how it survived. Well, it survived because Bobby was focusing, of course, nobles, not this Slinger, so this Slinger got actually a free wave for firing at whatever it wanted. Really good performance by this Skirmish Cavalry by Ulda. And Thracian Horsemen, they kinda crap, but they're cheap, so all they needed to do is to get to Skirmishers, and they managed to do it. So it's kinda, I guess they did their job. So it's 2-2. I don't have a replay for the final battle, which was, I believe, Tylis versus Nervii, and Ulda won that one, so he won this match 3-2, and he's going to play Wall of Ichkeria. And now I guess it's time to say bye. See you guys next time.